Theories for the berserk ending have been going around since the beginning of the series. Many of the theories being odd to say, and some theories being very interesting. Today we're going to be looking at a couple of those theories. Many say the following panel is the ending we deserved for Berserk. And I think it would be very interesting to see it happen. To see Guts killing Griffith the way, and see it parallel the way it did in the first fight in the Golden Age. I think this would be a very interesting ending, but I actually disagree, and I don't think this would be the best ending. I actually don't even think this would be a good ending. A mutual I have, Alpha, made a very good post about this. Give a short synopsis. This would completely contradict Guts' arc in Golden Age. While his decision was hard to follow through, it was ultimately rewarded. So I think it would completely contradict what was shown in the early arcs. But this could be something that happens with a new writer and director for the series. So this next theory was said by Screen Rant. They aren't known for their best takes, but we'll give them a chance anyways. Guts and Casca forgive Griffith. The reasoning was, in interviews about the series' future, Kentaro Miura felt his epic had featured so much misery that it would be a sin to end on a bleak note. Many Redditors, like Not Joni 2018, surmised that Berserk is a story about letting go of hatred and forgiveness. Forgiving someone's responsibility for one of the deadliest betrayals in pop culture will be no easy feat. While there will be a final confrontation between the former commanders of the Band of the Hawk, it could be very well less cathartic rage behind it, as some would usually expect. So they believe that Guts and Casca will forgive Griffith for what they did. And it's certainly a theory. So this theory was theorized 2 years ago, around the time when Miura passed away and we got the final chapter. Well, the final chapter at the time. And the first theory for that was Guts does not survive. Guts strikes down the Moonlight Child / Femento down, and enraged by his actions, he lets himself be swallowed by his hatred and rage and enters Berserker mode again. Guts kills as many apostles as possible until he either dies from the pain or is killed in battle. This would leave Casca without her child and Guts, which means that there would be no more nightmares for Casca upon seeing Guts. She would spend the rest of her days safely in Alfheim among friends, but without her most loved ones, Guts and her child. Although, if I were to theorize the ending of Berserk, I'd take some elements from this one. I think what was given from here isn't the best. And I think it's really hard to put a theory out there for Berserk because it's such a series that's going to be super unpredictable when we're down to the last couple chapters. And I think it's going to be really hard to say what's going to happen in the ending. So if I were to throw my own theory out there, I think this could work. Although I should probably say that I don't think this would be something people would want, nor what will happen, because I don't think it could happen. But what I could see going down is Guts getting in a fight with one of the Godhead members and him dying in the battle with Void, and possibly this even happening not even on page. I think this could be something that happens off screen with Guts dying to Void. And I think this could, there could obviously be a lot of context behind this. Maybe him saving Casca, fighting Void to protect Casca. And I think this would call back to a lot of earlier panels that this would expand upon. I think this could be a really good callback to it because in that chapter, Guts realized he could become something more than just a warrior. He could actually help people and protect people. So this would be a really cool callback to this, and then even Conviction arc when he fights the priest. And I think it'd be pretty interesting for him to die to Void because there's a lot of parallels with him and Skull Knight and Void obviously have a certain dynamic going on that we haven't seen yet. And for the ending, I don't even think we could even. I think it's a pretty safe bet to say that Griffith won't die, and I think his character arc would actually parallel what happened in Golden Age, where he would become self-destructive at the death of Guts, and he would bring his own downfall to his kingdom, and it would kind of parallel what happened with the end of Golden Age with the eclipse. And it'd be pretty ironic that he would bring down the Man of the Hawk, and then also his own kingdom. And I think it'd be a pretty cool callback. And I don't think we could see. I ultimately think it'd be very dumb to see Guts killing Griffith. I think that's would be kind of unsatisfying. I'm sure to some it'd be satisfying to watch Griffith die because of all the tragedies he's caused. But I almost think it would almost paint the wrong picture for the story of Berserk, for Guts to kill Griffith. And I think for Casca it's a really hard thing to call and predict so early on into the last arc. I know a lot of people think that Casca could kill Griffith, which I could see happening. And even some people are saying that the Bailet that Guts is holding on to right now is Casca's. And I think that's another really hard thing to place a bet on, who that Bailet is. There's a lot of theories out there for who it could be. Some people think it could be Guts or Casca's. I've even seen some theories for Puck's Bailet it could be. But really, like I said before, it's a really hard thing to bet on so early on into the series' final arc. I think as we close in on these final chapters, it will clear up more. So I could see Guts dying to Void, and then this causing the downfall of Griffith, causing him to go to that self-destructive self he was in the Golden Age, causing his empire to crumble down because of the loss of Guts. And I think it'd be pretty cool to see that. And then with characters like Skull Knight and Casca, I can't really place a bet on what's going to happen to their character and how their character arcs are going to finish, because it's just too early of the final arc to really say. Skull Knight's been such a mysterious character throughout the series, so we really don't know. Maybe we could see one final fight with him and Zod. I think that's a pretty easy bet to place. Although, I don't know if we'll see another fight between Griffith and Guts. I think that's something kind of hard to tell. I feel like it'd be an obvious answer to say yes, we will. But just from the direction of these last couple chapters, I really don't think we will see another fight-based interaction between the two characters. And then for whoever is the owner of the Bailet, that's another really hard thing to say. And yeah, the Berserk ending is going to be something that's it's going to be one of the most impactful moments probably in the manga community once it ends easily. And hopefully it's done right.